You know, this situation in Baltimore has got me pissed off. I would use cue cards, but I'm not going to use cue cards. I'm just going to give it to you from here. I was born in Catherine Booth Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio. It's actually in Avondale. That was a hospital for black people, poor black people. My mother moved us to a housing development in Dayton, Ohio called the Joy Projects, Joy Apartments. I went to public school, was bused to Dayton View, to Colonel White High School, to a high school that was full of white people that didn't want us there. They beat us, spit on us, called us niggas. But you know what? I graduated. I had a guidance counselor that told me I would never be worth anything and I needed to go ahead and join the Army. Well, Mr. Nealon, you were wrong. I'm sitting here behind the desk making a nice income. Been here 20 years, well respected within the industry. Mr. Nealon. I went to college on a football scholarship. No, I didn't graduate, but I didn't give up. In the 80s, when crack cocaine hit, I had the chance to go down that road, choose that avenue, but I chose to not make that choice. Just because you live in a bad neighborhood or go to a substandard school system doesn't mean you have to give up. Doesn't mean you have to choose a life of crime. Doesn't mean you have to be out in the streets tearing up property, destroying neighborhoods that will never recover from the devastation that you've created. Here in Cincinnati, there was a neighborhood still is a neighborhood called Avondale. When the riots took place in 1960, young people destroyed Avondale, and to this day, Avondale has never recovered. In Dayton, West Dayton, 3rd Street, East St. Louis, Detroit, Michigan, East Cleveland, Ohio, parts of DC, parts of New York City, Compton, East LA. Riots destroyed those areas. Before the riots, those neighborhoods had black people, our grandmothers and grandfathers that had bought property. When we rioted, when my uncles and my father and their friends rioted in the 60s, they destroyed those neighborhoods. Those property values dropped, and to this day, those neighborhoods are worthless. And you know what's going to happen? Eventually, some investor's going to come along and buy up all of the property in those cities for pennies on the dollar. They're going to build luxury condos and homes, drive all of the brown and black people out, and that's how they win from the riots that we cause. Baltimore, wake up. All they have to do is push the button and institute martial law, and you all will be wiped out of the city of Baltimore. Mark my word. Wake up before it's too late.